Hello, in this video, we continue to read the book, The Cashflow Quadrant by Robert Kiyosaki. And this one, he's saying, we're talking about taking on debt and risk. Taking on debt and risk, video number 63. Please join me. Hello, welcome to Take a Step to a Better You. If you're returning, appreciate you very much. Please always leave a comment, always like. If you're new, my name is Sherifa Nakalema, I'm a business owner here in Virginia, USA. And on here, I talk about, let me show you the schedule. I'm here daily. I talk about business tips. This message is for business tips or money tips, something like that. And I do it in reading books. I read the Rich Dad Poor Dad, I finished it. Now I'm reading the Cashflow Quadrant, and this video is about the Cashflow Quadrant. That's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 9:30 a.m. USA Eastern Time. Then on Thursday, I drive around. I like to drive. You'll see my driving vlogs, talk to you through my driving. Or sometimes I interview someone, I call it free day. Then Friday, I'm live. You can come. We talk about anything that's good, that's taking our life to the next level. That's my message here. And recently we talked about time management. And then on Saturday, I do affiliate marketing. That's a day for affiliate marketing, earning money through promoting other people's products. Come, that's another live. Then on Sunday, I do motivation. So today, this video is about the book, The Cashflow Quadrant, and it's video number 63. And Robert is saying, okay, he's talking about taking on debt and risk, that someone deserves to be paid. Anyway, that's the message. If you take on debt and risk. And if you are new, even if you are returning, I like to remind you always, this book is called The Cashflow Quadrant. And it's about the image of the Cashflow Quadrant. Like Robert is saying, we show the image. You earn your money from these four quadrants. You think about it. Either you're on the left, you are earning money as an employee, or you are not earning money, that's E. Or S, self-employed or small business owner. On the right, that would be you are either a larger business owner or you are an investor. So he's teaching us how to cross. He's telling us the problems of being on the left, an employee or self-employed person. So he wants us to go to the right. At least if you want stability, if you want to pay less taxes, all those advantages, we covered all that. So that's what this is about. And now this is video number 63, like I said, taking on debt and risk. But you have to remember that it's 63. So there is all the videos from number 1 to 60 and 63. And previously in 62, we had talked about, he called it Money is Debt. It was actually very interesting. It got me very emotional. If you want to watch the previous one, you have to go to the whole list. I put in a pinned comment, all the way video from number 1, but you can skip and get to the one you want. You just look at the title. The title I put on it is what the reading is about. So the previous one would be 62, but now we already added on 63. 62 was Money is Dead. And the book is free, audio for 1 month, Amazon Audible, the link in the description. A physical book, you have to buy it from Amazon, link in the description. And for the other link of going from number 1, it's also on the end screen. I call it Financial Freedom. And also, if you go in the playlist and the description, they're all everywhere, okay? Now, let's go to the reading. 63 is he's still with Rich Dad. Rich Dad is still talking. You know, Rich Dad came back. He disappeared a little bit. He was always in the Rich Dad Poor Dad, but he brought him back now. He's talking. So, starting to read. It had, I decide where to start and end. It won't be too long, this one, in today's reading. Number 63, it says, subheading, I'm the one giving them the numbers. So if you take on debt and risk, you should be paid. That's the headline, sub-headline. So he says they're having a conversation. The conversation that ended in 62 was that because Richard was asking Robert where he wants to be, the quadrant. And Robert had chosen that he wanted to be on the right side, which was the business side, being the business owner of investor. So now, Robert had quickly pointed to the right, that he wants to be a business investor or, a business owner or investor. And now the continuation is this. So Rich Dad said, good, because he chose to be on the right. Remember, Rich Dad wants us to be on the right. I said, that's why you can't go out there to play the game and believe some sales agent when he tells you to lose $150 a month for 30 years. Because I just got this, it's about going to sign a loan where you're losing money every month, like a house, when what they're paying you is not enough to pay the debt on the house. So he's saying, I think let me start reading again. After Robert said that he would choose to play his money game on the right side, which is being a business owner or investor, his rich dad responded, I need to slow down so you follow this really good. Good, said rich dad. That's why you cannot go out there to play the game and believe some sales agent when he tells you that to lose $150 a month for 30 years is a good deal, because the government will give you a tax break for losing money, and he expects the price of real estate to go up. Okay, like you cannot, my understanding of this is me. You cannot go buy a property and rent it when you are losing money. This one was losing $150 every month from the cost of having the property. The owner had to pay. And then the agent, the sales agent who was selling it to him was talking about the advantages. You have tax advantages. He said that cannot be the reason. And he said you simply can't play the game with that mindset. While those opinions might come true, that's not the way the game is played on the right side of the cash flow quadrant. Somebody is telling you to go into debt, take all the risk, and pay for it. People on the left side think that's a good idea. We're talking about employees and self-employed, but not the people on the right. The people, the B and I's. Okay. I was shaking a little. Robert is saying, look at it my way. Rich Dad said, you are willing to pay $56,000 for this condo in the sky, because he was buying a condo, a house, a small house. You are signing for the debt and taking all the risk. The tenant pays less in rent than what it costs to live there. So you are subsidizing that person's housing. Does that make sense to you? Because the rent he's collecting is $150 less. I shook my head. That's the way I play the game, said Rich Dad. From now on, if you take on debt and risk, then you should get paid. Got that? I nodded my head. Making money is common sense, said Rich Dad. It's not rocket science, but unfortunately, when it comes to money, common sense is uncommon. A banker tells you to take on debt so the government can give you a tax break. That doesn't make fundamental economic sense. Then a real estate agent tells you to sign the papers because he can find a tenant who will pay you less than you are paying, but in his opinion, the value of the condo will go up. If that makes sense to you, then you and I don't share the same common sense. I just stood there, Robert is saying. I heard everything he said, and I had to admit that I'd gotten so excited by what I thought looked like a good deal that my logic went out the window, and I didn't analyze the deal. Because the deal looked good, I had become emotional with greed and excitement, and I was no longer able to hear what the numbers and the words were telling me. It was then that Rich Dad gave me an important rule that he has always used. This is in quotes. Your profit is made when you buy, not when you sell. Rich Dad had to be certain that whatever debt or risk he took on, it made sense from the day he bought it. It had to make sense if the economy got worse, and it had to make sense if the economy got better. He never bought on tax tricks or crystal ball forecasts of the future. A deal had to make sound economic sense in good times and in bad. I was beginning to understand, Robert is writing, I was beginning to understand the game of money as he saw it. Clearly, the game was to see others become indebted to you and to be careful to whom you became indebted. Today, I still hear his words. If you take on risk and debt, make sure you get paid for it. I'm reading the last paragraph. Rich Dad had debt, but he was careful when he took it on. If you take on debt personally, make sure it's small. If you take on large debt, make sure someone else is paying for it. He saw the game of money as debt and debt as a game that is played on you, played on me, played on everyone. It's played from business to business and it's played from country to country. To him, it was only a game. But for most people, money isn't a game, it's survival. And because no one explained the game to them, they still believe bankers who say a house is an asset. Okay, that's where I'll end today. And the next one will be the importance of facts versus opinions. That will be video number 64. So now, what's your take? What do you say about this taking on debt, that you will have to gain something? For me, I don't like the taking on debt at all. I don't like the game. But it seems that's how the rich people play their game. I think I'll get rich in another way, not with the debt way. That one, no. And then, so I'm saying, do you believe that money is survival? It's for survival. Do you agree with what he just said? Because if you don't believe like how the rich people see it, then you are on the other side. You think you get money for survival. That's all the way you see it. Okay, leave it in a comment. Please like the video, share it. And this is very, very important, this message. Although it may not be like very clear, I don't know. Because I don't edit in a way where I put like words on the screen. I don't know if my accent is good. You can hear me really good. I'm hoping that you do. Because if you were to put too much editing, I will not be reading them daily. Okay? So please add a comment. What do you think about money? You want to have big money and lend it? Is that what you want? You want to take on a lot of debt? You know, when he meant a large debt, he meant like borrowing. Like you have apartments or houses, you go to the bank, they finance it, and then you collect rent. That's taking on large debt, but people are paying for it. And then when you talk about, he talked about small debt. When you are as an individual, he's advising you not take on large debt. And of course, if you want to talk to a rich person, they'll say, don't do anything in your own name. All that. We covered all that at some point. Those corporations, yes. That's how they put it there so that if there is a risk, something happens, it doesn't happen to you personally. So you take on little debt. Leave a comment for me, like it. Like I always end them, I say, take very good care of yourself, take very good care of your families, take very good care of your health. Take a step to better you. Bye.